Hello, welcome to World Cup Qatar. It's me and Kev again. Kev, they just love us, don't they?
Yeah.
Or maybe nobody else will do
Just
it. I can't
keeping us.
remember.
They're flogging us, mate. They're flogging us.
They are. And just to make everyone really happy, they've got me again at 10 o'clock.
Happy days, happy days.
Happy
Double
days.
jobbing, mate. Double jobbing, double bubble.
Double. Yeah, I'll put me wage slip into Gab.
Just make sure you get your timesheets in.
Yeah, I've got an idea what the answer's going to be as well. So and also the other big games on tonight as well, Kev. So we're going to talk about Brazil in a minute. And the women are on at the same time, so I'm going to be proper multitasking. So.
Yeah, Chris is going to be one eye here, one eye looking for you, and one eye looking at you for about.
You might hear me screaming. You'll go like, "It's a throw in." I'll be like, "No, it's something else." That's what I'm looking for anyway. So, what's your lineup then, mate? Because it's I
was just gonna, I'll just quickly go through lineups. Good evening, everyone in the chat. Hi, Hannah. Hi, John. How you doing? Lineups for Brazil. They've gone really attacking. With Alisson in goal, Danilo at right back, Marquinhos and Thiago Silva as the centre backs. Silva, Casemiro, Paqueta as your. I think this is. I mean, BBC have got this lined up as a 4-2-3-1. I don't think so. I think it'll be a 4-3-3. Casemiro in the 6 with 2 8s basically of Paqueta and Neymar is who I think will play as one of the 8s. On the right wing, you'll have Rafinha. On the left, you'll have Vinicius Jr. And through the middle, you'll have Richarlison with a bench that's just ridiculous. It also includes Fabinho. So, cool. We'll get to keep an eye on that. Serbia lining up with basically a 3-5-2, 3-5-1-1, whichever way you want to look at it. The names that stand out really that we know, Mitrovic, Tadic, Milinkovic, Savic, they're the ones that...
Grujic on the bench.
Grujic is on the bench. Glad to see he's made the squad. But it's Serbia are really physical, powerful side, and it looks like they just want to block off the midfield, force Brazil to play the game wide and go from there. It's an intriguing game. As soon as when the draw was made with the groups and that, there was a couple of groups that really stood out, and for me, this one is huge. I mean, a World Cup starts when Brazil arrive. You know, everyone has great memories of Brazil sides from the past. And this is probably their best chance. I think they haven't won it in 20 years.
2002, last one.
Yeah. So it's like you look through the lineup of this side. They've got all the attacking flair and all the attacking talent, and they've got a solid base to build from. And they have arguably the best keeper in the world.
Can we talk about the big? Can we talk about the big news though?
Well, the big news.
Big news. This is the best news. Which basically I don't care about anything else now. Is Alisson's got his Ricardo Tash back, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I just think it's awesome. When you see it, it's an amazing Tash.
Are you surprised that Bruno Guimaraes isn't starting?
Yeah, I said to you, I thought maybe he'd start, but you were saying Paqueta and Neymar apparently have a really good link up. So that's who I was surprised. The other one, and people laugh, is Fred, because actually Fred starts a lot for Brazil.
He does, yeah.
And he's a different style of player for Brazil than he is for Man United. So they're the two that you could question. Fabinho, I think he's very lucky to be on the bench, let alone be in the squad.
There he is. So. There's the man. He's got a bit of work to do. I think by the time the final comes around, that Rick Rude Tash will be in full flow.
Yeah.
And this is the Brazilian manager, Chiche. I think it's going to be his last tournament. I think the Brazilian public, after losing the Copa to Argentina, the knives are out for him. He's got to produce a winning World Cup to have any chance of staying in. Serbia, they're just going through. I'm at the national anthems now with Serbia. Surprising, Vlahovic is on the bench.
Yeah, I'm on Brazil, so obviously I'm watching a BBC iPlayer, so you know you're gonna have to pause it and
I'm gonna have to pause it for you. But
wait 5 minutes for it to catch up.
The one thing with Serbia, they're very experienced, been around the block, very experienced throughout the squad in Europe. There's Marko Grujic. Lovely. Yeah. I'm delighted for him. I'm really happy for him, because he was touted as the next. He was touted when we signed him as the White Paul Pogba. That's what the label he was coming in with. And
no pressure then.
Exactly. So, for whatever reason, it just didn't work out for him. But he's gone to Portugal and he's done well and he's rebuilt his career. Hey, John, Brazil will either hammer Serbia or everyone will be mocking them after the game because it blew up in their face. Brave, that's what I mean. It's a brave lineup. He's basically going with a defensive 5 and an attacking 5. It's mental. The frustrated Ghanaian. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
I've only seen bits of the Portugal. I've seen the penalty given, which is ridiculous, ridiculously soft. Certain other players had fell over like that. You'd have there'd been a fat.
I know he clearly died. He made the most of it. So
yeah, somebody else had done that. There'd be 3. We'd have it on TalkSport for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I've just seen Marco Grujic now. So I'm about 2 minutes behind you. The joys of watching the iPlayer.
But I think all of the pressure is massively on Brazil to produce here.
Defo. I mean, I'll just be clear, mate. The iPlayer is so far behind. I've just seen Ronaldo in 2002 line up with his dodgy haircut. That's how far behind I am.
You're not too far behind, actually. I think you're only about 30 seconds.
How could it be?
So that's not too bad. Just get me do.
LFC Aaron, remember when Biscan was supposed to be the next Frank Rijkaard? Oh God, you remember that? Yeah. Bruno Cheroux, the next Zidane. I hate it when people.
Well, it looks like
you're suspicious of anyone who gets compared to a great. You and that just feels like you set them up for a fall.
Yeah. I mean, FIFA are lining it up as a 4-3-3. That's how I think it'll play. I think they'll play in a 4-3-3. But if Serbia play with their where 3 centre backs, 5 across the middle of the park, Tadic in a free row with Mitrovic up front, we know what Mitrovic is like. We know what he's capable of, and we know that he likes balls up direct to him, and he's capable of holding it. So he'll give Marquinhos and Thiago Silva something to think about all night long. And then when they start getting tired of him and sick of seeing him, they'll bring on Jovic and what's his name? Vlahovic. They have talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The referees all Iranian tonight.
Okay. So, just got the Brazil lineup coming up now.
I just hope they're not. I hope the officials don't get starstruck. That's the only thing that worries me about these.
How different does Danilo look? He used to be at City with hair. Because surely he shaved his head at City. He looks like a completely different player.
Oh, I'm at the VAR officials now. The VAR officials are Qatari.
That's a very good. That Brazil match is excellent, isn't it?
Milinkovic-Savic in goal for Serbia. Pavlovic, Venkovic at the back. Milinovic, Grujic, Linic in the middle. They're actually lining up Milinkovic-Savic as a left winger. I'm sorry, Sunshine. Yeah, that he is not playing left wing.
Jonathan apparently he's on his way to Juventus as well. Milinkovic-Savic.
He's been touted for a move from Lazio for as long as I can remember.
I sort of feel like if he's, I could see if he does move, it'd be to another Italian side. I think they're moving out of Italy. I think that's long gone. I think he missed that boat a while ago.
But it's not just that. Look, he's a good player. He's a really good player, and he's got all the attributes you want in a central midfielder. But like you said, if he was going to move, he'd have moved. Right. I'm at the kickoffs now. Brazil are kicking from left to right.
I'm still at the VAR officials.
Yep, they've just kicked off now, so I'll wait for you.
Okay.
If you guys in the chat, if you want to pause your stream, how you're watching it, just pause the telly. And when Chris says go, we all go. We're all in it together.
Yeah, I've just got the Serbia team up now. LFC women have kicked off. It's 0-0 after 40 seconds, so that's also good.
That's all right.
They're playing at the Majewski Stadium.
They're playing at the Majewski, are they? So
is it still called the Majewski Reading's ground?
I don't know.
Well, they're playing at Reading's men's ground. So this is the game that was supposed to be played the weekend when the Queen died. So bit mad.
Predictions.
3-1 Brazil.
I think 1-1.
You think 1-1? I'll take 3-1 Brazil. Let's go for a Brazil win, and I'm hoping for the women. It's
I think 3 points would be great.
3 points. 3 points would be great because that'll give us a 6 point. That'll give us I think the 6 point gap on Reading.
Are you nearly ready?
No, not kicking off yet. Still waiting for it. They're about to kick off. Ready? Steady. Come on, lad. Kicked the ball. Kicked off. So right. We're about 90 seconds behind. John has just said it's 2-0 Brazil, so that's a good start.
After a good start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Archie's paused at 38 seconds. So we need to let him know.
I'll tell him now, so it's all right. We're on 20. Brazil playing it around the back at the minute. I mean, Thiago Silva is vital for them. And Mitrovic has just put one on him early just to let him know where he's at.
Defo.
Nice one. We're at 30 seconds now. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, Archie.
There you go. Can't you say, look, he could have been listening to Martin Keown.
This is where I think the middle of the park is going to be the battlefield. You know, Serbia will try to win the game in the middle of the park. And from there on, they've got the width.
Oh, sorry. John was saying that was his prediction. I thought he was being funny and saying it's 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
We thought you were being funny. Well, no, it's 2-0 already.
Brazil pressing really high at the park. Real high press, really aggressive. For Rafinha. Not getting much game time at Barcelona now. Dembele is back in fairing, but he's in over Anthony on this side. Long ball straight out to the top. Just test them out and see where they go. But this is where let's see what Serbia are made of now. Are they gonna allow Brazil to bring the ball up to the halfway line, or are they going to press them high out the pitch? See how aggressive they are.
If they follow this tournament,
they have to.
The ones who've been a bit more aggressive when they get the ball have done really well. There aren't too many. It's come back a bit in the arse. Even Australia gave France a bit of a scare. Frustrated Ghanaians saying, to be fair, in some ways, Ghana only have themselves to blame. The pen was ridiculous, but our decision making last time, I was this frustrated. I see it's joining the French Legion. Bless.
Yeah, you just have a cup of tea, mate, and you'll get over that frustration pretty quick. The thing is, from what I saw of that game, Ghana, you're right, decision making, bit of composure in the final third, final ball. They were more than in it. And it's a tough group, and a point would have been ideal to start it off. But I wouldn't bet against them taking points off anyone that's left in it either.
No.
Sedza here, how you doing, pal? Hope you're well.
Yeah, I like how Serbia are really high pressing Brazil.
Yeah, they are.
That's it. That's really good. We're forcing Thiago to give the throw in away. Tadic there. That's what you need to do, because too many sides in club football will see a side this good and just we'll just sit off and hope for the best. And
if you sit off this Brazil side and let them play, you're in trouble.
Deep trouble if you do that.
But ball up to Richarlison, and they're just getting physically around them. They're not letting them settle on the ball. It's good to see. No idea what the conditions are at the stadium tonight, but if you're going to give this a go, this pressing early on, give it a go for 20 minutes. Go on, slide it. Oh, unlucky. Nearly got a Rafinha's in, looking for an option in the box. Ball comes in, blocked out, and out away by the centre back.
From that position, it's a poor throw. From that position, it's a poor ball, really, isn't it? He should have been doing better there.
Who are you going to pick out?
No, but he had time to look.
There was no one there to pick out. That's the problem. The guy he's looking to pick out, Richarlison,
everyone's favourite
Junior.
Everyone's favourite footballer.
None of the midfielders are fast enough to get up there with him. That was the problem. He couldn't slow it down.
Oh, you bugger. Sorry, the women just had a shot just over the bar. Bugger.
No, I agree that, but Serbia are definitely not here just to make up the numbers. Don't forget, please hit the like button while you're there, guys. I really appreciate it if you could. Really help us out a bit.
Subscribe while you're there as well. That'd be nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, I assume you're subscribed already after chatting. So,
well, just make sure.
Just make sure.
Ooh, that was a late one.
It's unusual to see Paqueta this deep. He normally is a really attacking midfielder.
Yeah. No, needs his haircut. Like a Beatles haircut, isn't it? So it's me, obviously, the fashion guru.
Well, it looks like they went with Mitrovic apparently because Vlahovic is recovering from a groin injury. So
that makes sense.
He's on the bench, but
I mean, Mitrovic's in great form.
Mitrovic, yeah, he's Tadic. That's not exactly where you want your centre back either, is it?
Definitely not.
And
Cross it. It's clear.
do you notice how he does that? And he does that for Fulham as well. He pulls himself onto the back post more often than not. But this is good. A really good start from Serbia. Really good start.
He normally has the height advantage, doesn't he?
Yeah, but this is where they got to be really brave on the ball.
Oh,
ooh, that's going chasing. You don't want to be picking up a booking here. You can't. Don't book in. What? What's the booking? He's just lost his head a bit. This is what I mean about referees being starstruck.
They do love a chat, though, don't they? They do love a chat, these refs.
I mean, he's going to book in, but I don't get what Mitrovic is having the conversation for. You know,
I've seen a couple of chats.
No, Aaron, what the story is, it goes with subscription only in the chat for people for the first 5 minutes. So if you're in the chat and you subscribed, if you're new to the channel and you've subscribed, it takes 5 minutes to register and then you can chat away all night long, no problem. But you must be a subscriber to the channel for at least 5 minutes. It's just the way it works. It helps weed out a lot of spam. You know, basically spam that you get. So, you know, nobody likes being in the chat when there's loads of spam going in there. Hey, Wizard, how's it going? Usually Serbia is the team that has high expectations, not living up to it. Yeah, I mean, but the difference is this time as compared to years gone by.
Dragan
Stojkovic, he was such a brilliant midfielder in his day. Such a brilliant player. But you go back to that Yugoslavian side, the one that Denmark replaced in the 92 European Championships because they were kicked out. It was something else, man. It was something else. Serbia's Milinkovic-Savic trying to break through the lines. They're going to target that centre back all night long. And in fairness, that was an elbow in the mush from Richarlison. That was straight in the mush as well. Look, you ain't looking at him. He didn't catch him. He just jumped straight into him.
Still sending him off, though.
Oh, yeah, just for intent alone. But that's what you get with Milinkovic-Savic. He will break the lines. He will try and take players on. And he's big enough. You know what I mean? He's good 6'3", 6'4". So,
Reading just missed a chance to go 1-0 up. Fucking hell.
What's Richarlison doing? Or Neymar taking his shirt off already?
A blood in his shirt.
I'll tell you, this has been a good start by Serbia.
Yeah,
really good start. And what we were saying off air was
it was a good point you were making.
Yeah, Brazil haven't played a European side since 2019, and the thing is, with the way the international calendar is now, with the Nations League and qualifiers, tournament football, there's not much time for those like friendlies against other continents, you know. So you don't get to see England, Brazil, or Germany against Argentina outside of tournament football anymore.
Which are always handy, the build-up. Sometimes you'd always play a side that was, say, you had Costa Rica in your group. You play one of the South American sides who play a similar style to Costa Rica, just to go, this is what you can expect. So you can start planning. Which that made the games even more interesting because you kind of knew what to expect.
Can't help it. Oh, in the box, bit of mazy dancing and clears it. Good clearance.
Oh, good link up from Mitrovic there. Good hold-up play.
Go on, knock it on again.
That's going to be a great battle, that Mitrovic and
That is, But what I was saying, with Serbia, I think they've played a better level of opposition throughout the last few years. And you look at the way the South American sides have played in this tournament so far, it wouldn't fill you with a lot of confidence that they're qualifying is of the standard of what it used to be. Because I'd be honest, I thought Uruguay were poor today.
Yeah, it was a really disappointing game.
Luis Suarez looked way past his best. Lovely ball. Ooh, Alisson takes it. Looks composed. That needed to be out to the far stick. It was just too close to Alisson in the end. Yeah, it was poor ball in the end. I say that 10 minutes in. It looked like they've had their first 10 minutes where they're pressing them high up. Now they're just going back into their shape. And
that's a late one.
That is a nasty one.
Down the Achilles.
Yeah, so let's have a look.
Oh, he's just done this foot.
Mitrovic is making the most of that.
From the first angle, he thought, has he raked his Achilles? But no, it's just done this foot. Get on.
Yeah. John, Belgium for sure. It's a shame we couldn't have been on last night, but it's just the way the schedule worked out for everybody. We just couldn't do a show. But Canada were really impressive last night, and I agree.
Sloppy finishing is what cost them in the end.
Yeah,
and to be honest, they probably should have had at least one more penalty than what they got.
I think at least two. I think they should have had 3 in the first half.
Oh, go on! Bugger.
Serbia playing really good football, but you always fear that one ball in over the top from Brazil to release someone like Vinicius Jr. or Rafinha, and they could be right in there,
Yeah.
Richarlison's hold-up play has been really poor. He's not really been an option, thank God.
I don't think he's really a number 9, though, is he?
No.
He's better out wide, isn't he? Let's be fair. To be fair to him.
Do you think Gabriel Jesus should have started ahead? Or would he have if he was in better form for Arsenal?
Possibly if he was in better form. But I do think he's played more of the season through the middle as number 9. That's why I always thought Bobby might have got an outside chance of being on the bench. But he's had a funny season. As in the goals are there, like more than Richarlison, but I'm not sure the all-round play's been what we normally get.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
it looks like Brazil are really building this one up now. There's a lot of players forward looking out to Vinicius Jr. Let's see if he can get one-on-one, isolate, defend. And he's gone. Look at that for pace.
Oh.
That boy is seriously quick.
Did well to get a corner. He was great. He was great in the Champions League final as well, unfortunately.
Yeah. You see that pace from Mbappe last night, and it was similar again there for Vinicius. 45 million euro at the time they paid for him when he was about 16. Yeah. And he's
Liverpool bid 30
he's finally developing now into that there.
Ooh!
There he goes direct from the corner. And it's Neymar, so you know he meant it.
Yeah.
The keeper's way off his line. So
Liverpool had a £30 million bid turned up for Mbappe when he was before he even started.
Oh, here we go. He's coming in for his little. He's coming in. The ref's coming in for a chat. He's coming in for a natter.
I think he's coming for a chat. Bollocks. Go on.
Ball in, keeper.
Not a great pen at all.
No, keeper.
Free kick even, sorry.
Someone went flying into the goal then.
Number 2 again. He's in all the action, this number 2, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think he went flying. Who went in on him? Yeah, was it? Yeah. Casemiro. Not a small boy. Not a small boy to be jumping straight in on you.
Get in! 1-0 to the women. Sorry. Stengel scored again. Get in.
She's having a good season, Katie Stengel.
Fourth goal season now, so great signing.
Yeah.
She's been so key with the Irish lady, Leanne Kane, in house. But Liverpool women look so much better because they've got Mel Lawley and Shanice van der Sand, so both wingers are free. Oh, it's a good header, but it's I'd be questioning the keeper there. It's a bit too, in my opinion, that's a bit too close to the keeper, so she should really stop that. But hey, who cares? Well happy with that.
Yeah, Jono, I don't know anything about that, Hendrik. No idea.
About who, sorry?
Jonathan here, Endrick's kid, 16 years old. PSG and Chelsea have bid 60 million, becoming the norm, bidding that much for kids. I have no idea.
I think if you scout these days, I think with the level of scouting that is around, I think you are starting to get these gems early, aren't you? If you're smart enough, you just got to be well enough connected, haven't you?
There's that, and I think you've got to be willing to gamble and lose.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the lads in the chat there, they're chatting about the Cristiano Ronaldo penalty. I'm sure you guys will cover it tonight on the show, but
oh, yeah, it's me and Jonathan tonight.
You and Jonathan tonight, yeah.
We haven't done a show for ages.
Yeah, I think it was soft, but saying that, I just think it was soft. I think once the referee gives it, he's not going to change his mind. I think it was 50-50, but Ronaldo's experience made him make the most of it, and it was unfortunate because it wasn't deserved.
Yeah, I do think though, and I may be wrong because I quite often am. It feels like one of those penalties that, do you know, if it wasn't given, I don't think VAR overturns it. It definitely falls in the like in cricket, they have a umpire's call.
Yeah,
it falls a bit into that one where you're going like, some will say it is, some will say it isn't. I don't think it is, but some people will think it is. So it's not like blatantly bad. So
yeah.
I could do with this cough bubbling off as well.
Yeah, I listened to your show last night. You were suffering last night, to be fair, weren't you?
Yeah, it's just unfortunately got COVID last week and it's gone now. It's just a lingering cough.
The lingering cough, yeah, that can stay for a while.
Yeah, it's such a pain, really.
Horrible. See, that's the one thing when we've got used to in the Premier League this season is that kind of physical contact. Refs haven't been giving it as fouls.
Well, you can let the game flow, Kev.
It does. And for nonsense like that, just a natural coming together, refs need to be letting this go.
I don't think it's a natural coming together. I think he initiates the contact.
Yeah. Whoa, that was a bit risky. Left it for the keeper, but he's away now on the left wing.
Well, if it stays like this, the women will be 4 points clear of Reading, who are 11th, and 7 points clear of bottom side Leicester. That's a nice cushion to go into, I would say.
Yeah,
and they've got Leicester last game before Christmas. So,
Jonathan saying he's expecting an onslaught from Brazil tonight, and I think that's half the problem for Brazil. Is people have built them up on their record in qualifying and their mythology that it's Brazil, and you look at the players that are on the pitch and they're superstars in their own right, a lot of them. But
I don't think Brazil are expecting this. I don't think they get this very often, which is teams going, we'll go at you.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair to the likes of, I know Germany lost, but France, Germany,
good tackle back, really good tackle.
France, Germany, England. In European, they use this in European quality because when there's a certain size base, you just know they're going to have a go at you. And when you play Champions League, and a lot of them do, they're more used to this. Teams just want to scalp.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, that's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. He never touched Neymar.
Do you reckon Neymar touched him? Do you reckon he'll get another meme like he got at the last World Cup?
Yeah, 100%.
That Neymar meme where he just kept rolling.
Yeah.
The best Neymar meme I've seen was when I think it was Fabinho's centre for the Echo. Body checked, and he went off, and so put a pool next to it to look like he flies into the pool. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Aaron, they're asking which team has impressed you the most? From what I've watched, Spain. But Spain, you can only beat what's in front of you, I get. Yeah. But they dispatched Costa Rica comfortably. And they looked like there was a real flow to their side, the way they were building and the way they were playing.
I know we'll be popular. I thought England sort of fall in the same boat. I thought you could have beat it in front of you, but they did it with very little fuss, did a lot of fuss. I would say France were actually the most impressive because they got an early knock and they just racked up the gears and then used their gameplay experience, and that pace out wide was scary. I think that's what those three teams have all got is pace out wide.
Yeah.
I think that's what's making them do well.
Good tackle in. He needed to be there first. Because he left that centre back came out, left a big gaping hole in the back for him. Neymar with a driven shot, nothing in it.
Someone's dead. It's probably Richarlison. Yeah, he's down injured again.
He'll cope.
He's always down injured. You never know what the problem is sometimes.
Yeah, so the two centre backs for Brazil are sitting. The right back is generally high and wide. No, that's Rafinha high and wide there. Danilo tucks inside. And they're looking to shift it a bit quicker now. Neymar out to Vinny J. Back into Casemiro or Paqueta. Digging shot. Keeper spills it, but gets it in the second time round. Oh, it was Casemiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in right height for the keeper, but that wouldn't fill you with a lot of confidence that he spilled it that easily.
But I suppose at the same time, if that's all in 21 minutes in, and that's what you've reduced Brazil to, about a couple of pot shots and one good run. If you're Serbia, you're going, happy days. That you've got through the first 20 minutes, scare free, really.
Yeah, and to be fair, Serbia look more than capable when they get on the break.
In front of Neymar.
Yeah, this is where they got to be brave on the ball now, and runners need to go.
Oh, no, he's still got it.
Yeah,
thought he'd underhit it then.
This is where Tadic is vital. Tadic has got to be available.
Sloppy there with the ball. Should do better there, really.
You can commit to a certain point, but you can't be stupid with it.
Vinicius Junior on one of his runs again. Oh, he does double up again on him.
That's it, and that's clever. You had one centre back going with Richarlison, the other one was free.
But doubling up before he gets into his full stride, because I'll be honest, when he's in full stride, you're not stopping him.
No,
I don't care who you are.
But the one thing, if you look at what Serbia have done, they've made the pitch wide, really high up the pitch. Look at the width, left wing, right wing.
Is this maybe the
touchline?
Is this maybe the downfall of playing almost a front four? It is allowing Serbia once they beat the press of that front four, it's a 3-on-2 every time.
Yeah, and the one thing I suppose you could look at with that Brazil backline, they're not blessed with pace.
Rachel Furness just wide for the women.
Stop being greedy. 1-0 is 1-0.
To be honest, she absolutely loves a headed goal. So it's always surprised when she heads it and doesn't score.
I'm trying to think. What was the result in the other game in this group earlier?
God, who's in this group? Don't know who's in this group.
I'll tell you now. Give me a sec. Yeah, because this...
Oh, Switzerland.
Switzerland's... And Cameroon, Switzerland won 1-0 earlier on.
Yeah, who scored for Switzerland? I didn't see the goal, actually. I just saw they'd won.
I know Shaqiri got the assist.
Oh, Mbolo,
yeah. And he's another one. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, good player. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those groups now. You think 3 points sets them up.
It takes so much pressure off if you get a win in your first game.
Massive. And you're almost the case with Serbia in this. If you get anything out of this, it sets you up as well. You fancy yourself.
I think you always win your first game unless you're playing like one of the favourites for it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the trouble now that Japan are in, or Germany are in their group on the back of the loss to Japan. The pressure is massively on them now.
Yeah. But also, so if I look at I think, is it England-USA tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
For England, to be honest, a draw. If they draw with USA, because that's probably out the three, they probably thought, on paper, the trickiest of the three.
Yeah.
Because you got your first win out the way, you're going, well, we can get away with a draw with USA, and then you go to your hands a little bit.
Yeah, it's here that he's got one, but I think there's a bit of a way to go yet. That's a sloppy ball picked up.
Not a massive touch.
Serbia on the counter.
Go on.
Mitrovic pulling away on the far post. Cross comes in.
Get it? Oh, good play,
Alisson comes, cleans up. Yeah, but
it was the right
ball.
Post. It was the right ball.
Absolutely.
Alisson doing what he probably didn't do away at Fulham.
Yeah, coming in clean and help.
Just that little bit more aggression.
Yeah, he gives you that bit of confidence, Alisson, doesn't he? When he comes for the ball, he comes and cleans it. He comes and catches it. You know, a lot of keepers will come and punch, and the punch can go anywhere. Big long rake ball by
the way I watch. I've heard it a few times on this pod, but the way I watch Alisson and how calm he is and he makes everything look simple is the way my dad would describe Ray Clements.
Yeah.
My dad always said Ray Clements, he said he'd make difficult saves look routine. So he said he didn't do all the Hollywood ones, but he made everything look simple. And Alisson, I mean, Davo will tell us more because he's just stuff with keepers, but it's all footwork. His footwork and his anticipation is so good that he gets into the perfect position every time. It always looks like people just powder puff a shot at him, but he does all the hard work with his movements.
But between his foot movement and the fact his anticipation, the way he reads players, the way he reads the game, plus, as Jono says, he is a big old unit. You know, he's a
big boy. It's all those barbecues.
Yeah, he loves his South American beef.
Wouldn't you love to go to Ali's house for a barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine that?
Looks quality, man.
Go at Ali's house for a barbecue. That'd be a great day.
Yeah, I agree with Aaron. Alisson is the best keeper in the Premier League since Peter Schmeichel. I wouldn't argue too much on that.
Yeah, I must admit, Czech's in with a shout because Czech at his best was.
He was very good, but I think Alisson
different level.
Probably has a bit more because of what he's able to do with his feet.
With his feet, yeah, I'll give you that. But I mean, but Czech is
always in.
Well done, keeper. Well done, keeper.
Get there, clear it. That was a beautiful pass to find Vinicius Jr. But the keeper read that so well.
All round good play.
Yeah, all around good football. Really good quality.
Just thought he was going to chip him.
How's that a foul? It's just not a foul.
John saying Ali's most complete keeper in the Premier scene.
Yeah,
probably is. I still will probably say Edison's a little bit better with his feet, but I think Alisson's better. Well, I think Alisson's better dominating his air and a better keeper. But I would still say Edison's probably the best in the Prem with his feet.
Yeah, that's such brave goalkeeping there.
It is,
because if you come in there and you're diving at his feet,
because
you have to win it.
If he's that bit late, we're all going, hey, what's the keeper doing there? He's shiny.
You've got to be so brave there.
That's the one thing I will say. I think that's where Alisson, I think, is probably the elite, is one-on-ones.
Yeah, and I think his composure from crosses. Yeah. He comes and he manages his box really well. But this is a dangerous position now for Neymar.
Definitely.
Got to get the line right. And you can tell, look at the size of a link of yourself, because Richarlison is nearly 6 foot, like.
Yeah,
and they're running it, going to the corner. Ball comes in, tie wide and handsome, goes out for a throw.
Richarlison's a bit like how we feel about Calvin Ramsey. He's deceptively tall. Because Calvin Ramsey, you see the build of him, you don't think, it doesn't look that big, but then you're like, shit, he's 6 foot.
Yeah, he's 5'11". Yeah, he's 5'11".
Yeah, he's bigger than you think, because you always think of him as quite a diminutive. I mean, to us, he's always on the floor, that's why I probably think he is diminutive. Shanice van der Sand has just been booked for Liverpool. Come on, behave yourself, don't get sent off. Nice to see her start. Nice to see her start being able to start again. They've missed her. She's been dealing with an Achilles injury for most of the season, so she's only been back 2-3 games. So this is her first start. So
yeah, so Serbia's starting to panic a bit now. Brazil are getting more and more into the game. You know, they need to start building out to play a bit better. You know, a bit of composure on the ball. They're technically good enough to keep possession, play through the Brazil press, and get at them that way. If you sit back to this Brazil side, eventually they'll find that pass to Vinny J, and it will pay off.
Got away with that one then.
Yeah, Oshin, the women are away to Reading. They're 1-0 up at the minute.
Yeah.
The 2 games kicked off at the same time. So
yeah, Reading is second bottom, but they've just hit form at the wrong time for Liverpool women. They were very unlucky to I think they were very lucky away at West Ham, I think it was. But Liverpool win this. They actually go up. They go above Brighton on goal difference. Brighton played a game.
Ball into Richarlison, headed across the box, and cleared away for a corner.
Yeah, Brighton played a game less than Liverpool. Yeah. I think they're mop up games next week when some of the others are in the Conti Cup.
Yeah, that was a really good. That's one thing of Thiago Silva's game is really underrated is his passing ability.
John was saying, how many games do you play with WSL? 22. It's a 12-team league. It's very strange the way they do the women's fixtures, because I think in November Liverpool have had like 3 fixtures with an international break, and then from today they've got 5 games, five games in 3 weeks. It goes from like you'll do enough for 10 days, then they go 3 games a week, really compressed, and then they wonder why people pick up injuries.
Another short corner. That was clever. That was clever.
Clever play of Brazil. The keeper keeps his eye on it, which is... There we go.
Rafinha kept himself onside, waiting for the run of Thiago Silva, and he just couldn't get there in time. That has to be a foul on Tadic, surely.
Come on, referee.
Has to be. Oh, come on.
Jesus wept.
See, this is what I mean with referees who are starstruck. I mean...
Neymar's got a free kick for less than that.
That's a joke. I mean, when you see...
But he gets a free kick now. Watch him get a free kick for nothing.
Yeah.
He has, look. That was less of a free kick than the...
ball went out for a throw, I think. But that was... This is what frustrates me so much about some of the officiating in this World Cup so far. And you saw it blatantly in the Canada game last night with some of the decisions that were made.
Bit of big team bias, but also they're very fussy, especially for nearly every set piece. It's a 2-minute chat. You're like, it's like being it is wanting to be part of the show, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I always say the best referees are the ones you don't talk about.
Unfortunately, in this World Cup, we're doing nothing but.
No, that's the problem. But the best games we used to talk about referees where the game would flow and they get any big decisions right, but then for the rest of the game, you forget the refs there.
Yeah,
because they're just following the right way. General Kevin De Bruyne getting man of the match summed up big team bias. He did.
Yeah, shocking.
I mean, to be fair to Kevin De Bruyne, he called it out, didn't he? He said,
"Yeah, he did."
He just went, "I was rubbish today. I don't know. I don't even know why." I said, "I assume is this because of my surname?" And I don't think the interviewer knew what to say because he must be going like, "I played shit." Give it someone else.
In fairness, the man of the match for that game last night was either Buchanan or arguably there was 2 or 3 of the Canadians you could have.
Centre back was good. I was one of the guys that shouted about Miller, and I thought he meant player. No, Miller, the centre back. I thought he was very good.
Exactly.
I thought Jonathan David was lively. Just he just wasn't clinical. I know Alfonso Davies, unfortunately, he'll always be remembered for the pen miss, but his all-round play was good.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, even for Belgium, you're looking at
Courtois.
Courtois was the only one.
Courtois in the form of his life at the moment. He's gone back to the form which is when Chelsea bought him.
Yeah,
he seems to have rejuvenated himself a lot. Yeah, because the rest of Belgium was pretty average, I thought.
I thought they were poor, mate. I honestly thought they were poor. We'll see more about what Canada are all about in their next game because it's hard to read too much into it.
It's how you pick yourself up.
That bad.
Yeah, it's also how do you pick yourself up because the big game was Belgium, I suppose. That's the other thing. The one person I actually thought was quite good for Belgium when he came on was Trossard.
Yeah,
I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised he wasn't starting.
Gets into Rafinha. Yeah. That's just weak.
Back pass.
That was a really good. Oh, that was a brilliant link-up play as well.
Touch wood, I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. Chris, I'll be 1 minute. I just heard something.
That's
back
fine.
In 1 sec.
I think the Serbian centre-back's done really well. He got booked early as number 2. Kev to give it a go. He's going to put his bet on, I reckon. So, in chat, who's impressed you so far for Brazil or Serbia? Anyone sort of massively stood out for you, other than Alisson's wonderful tash? Clearance out here and throw into Brazil. Say to Danilo to take it now. Can't make throw the ball really up. That's Richarlison. Turns, doesn't get the free kick. Serbia get the ball back. Played in. Nice turn by Tadic. Tried to play it through. Surely there's a free kick in there, referee. Come on. Jesus wept. Tariq saying just attach is the only good thing. Fair enough. John is saying Chelsea wants Trossard. Surprised he played well, considering he only seems to turn up when he plays Liverpool. I always think Trossard's a very handy player. I think his goal scoring comes in. I think he's a bit of a streaky goal scorer, but I think his all round play. I think he's ideal for one of the top 6 sides because he's very fluid in either wing as well. He's got a lot about him, I think. And the fact he's going on a free, I think a lot of clubs will be stupid not to be looking at him. There you go, nice look up. Milovic-Savic plays it out to the wide right. There you go. Cuts it across. Back post. Too much on it. Better though from Serbia. At least they're actually getting into it. Oh, nearly 2-0 for the women. Sorry,
no, I just heard a bang out in the front room, and everyone else in the house is at work tonight. So, right, okay. What the hell's going on?
Oh, Stengel's had a shot where defenders just clipped over the bar. Bugger. Doing all right. They're doing all right. The women actually. They've had 2 or 3 chances to try and extend the lead, but on the break, Reading do look quite dangerous, and they've also got ex-Red Tash Dowie playing for them, which is a bit of a concern. She's an excellent striker.
So, I mean, I'll be honest. This has been a decent game. Yeah,
I've
quite enjoyed this one.
For a 0-0, it's actually been entertaining. It's better than that. I watched bits of the 10 o'clock 0-0. Sorry, the Uruguay game. Sorry, the 1 o'clock 1-0. God, that was turgid. Absolutely turgid.
I couldn't get over how out of shape Suarez was. He looks like he's about 1.5 stone overweight.
He's not getting that intensity. He's just not getting that intensity, is he?
No. And it looked like I felt for Darwin being stuck out in the wing because,
which he's fine for Liverpool because he plays for us out on the wing, but he has pace in front of him, so he has something to hit, or he has an option to cut in through the middle and a very attacking fullback to fill in for him.
He might start out wide, but he ends up in the middle. That's his destination, is to end up in the middle.
Yeah,
it's not for Uruguay.
I thought they might have started with Cavani and Nunes.
But this is the problem. You got Cavani at 37, Suarez at 35. You know,
maybe play Cavani and Nunes as a 2 and tell Valverde to play behind them.
Yeah, it could have been anything.
He's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it was, to be honest, Oisin. You're not wrong. Do you know what? The one thing I could say about this Brazil side from what I've seen so far is Richarlison could cost them. All over the pitch, they can keep possession. They move the ball really well. They got some incisive passing.
Do you think they'd be better playing Neymar? Do you think they'd be better playing Neymar through the middle?
I don't think he's got that strength or pace to do that. You know, I
think that's a problem Brazil have got. They probably haven't got
an out number 9.
If you're going to play 4-2-3-1, you need a bit of a. I mean, Christ, they used to play like Joe and all that, but it weren't great. But they were retiring, you know.
I'm telling you, Bobby Firmino would be better in this setup. The way they're playing now, Bobby would be much better because him dropping would allow so many others to get involved. Ball comes across again.
Oh, good defended.
That's good play from Paqueta to get the ball in. It was a good cross.
Nice clearance. And the game, but what I like to say, they're not panic. It's not panic clearances. They're trying to play it out.
Yeah,
because I think they've realised, you can't just keep lumping
giving them the ball.
Because I think ultimately, for the likes of Australia, and that's what, Francis Quality, but that's what killed him in there because he just wasn't sticking. So it's back and back and back and back. John was saying, not being biased, but Bobby's movement would have helped this Brazil team. Richarlison doesn't have Bobby's brain. No, but for different type of players, I still think Richarlison works best wide. That's his position. He's better wide.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of him centrally. I know he did a job for Everton there, but that was more of a needs must, I think, because of the injuries they had. And Tariq says Uruguay look much better with Cavani on the pitch. Yeah, because I mean Cavani's he adapted to probably not having as much pace a lot quicker. So he can be a bit more of a target for someone like a Nunes to play off.
And he just physically still looks Cavani still looks like he did when he was 30. You know, he's kept himself in really good shape.
Still playing in Europe. Isn't he still playing in Europe as well?
Yeah, that's really good by Paqueta to just get in there and nick that ball.
Into the last
long ball over the top.
Oh,
Vinny!
Oh. The one thing that's scary about Vinicius Jr. and the criticism I always had for him was he was so inconsistent. He didn't know which one would turn up. But in the last 18 months, he's definitely found a level of scary consistency.
Yeah, I think he's grown into the role now at Madrid where he knows he's one of the main men.
That's a good tackle, you know. When you watch the second, what's this angle is a good tackle on number 4.
Yeah, it's Milinkovic coming in. He just gets a foot on it.
It
is a good call by his.
That's really good. That's really good defending there.
Yeah, it is.
It's not last ditch. It's just very clever timing.
It's a lovely take by. It's Milinkovic Savic. Ball comes in. Mitrovic.
Oh, just over his head. Good move, that. Good move.
Yeah.
And Mitrovic has damaged somebody else.
Chris,
You leaving me again?
Just got to text someone a sec.
Yeah, no worries. I'll watch the corner. Oh, 2 corners. The women have got a corner.
Brazilians have
wide throw.
So
that's all right. Good pressing that. Go on, keep pressing him. Keep pressing him. Don't fall over. Oh. Soft that. Women put the corner in. No, cleared. Oh, Hines. Oh, another corner. They're really pushing for this goal.
Cavani's at Valencia now.
Ah. That'd be why he looks so healthy then.
But it makes a difference. Suarez went back to South America, and the idea was he was going back to South America to
take over.
Yeah, take over and be fit and ready for this World Cup. He looks miles off it.
Yeah.
Miles off it. And
also, Father Time does catch up with all sports.
Of course it does.
Just at different times. Just some players, Cavani, it's in a little bit ageless.
Lovely bit of football. Neymar.
Go on, Fernie. Go on, it's it.
Out to Rafinha. Rafinha takes it. He's got him on toast because of that booking.
Oh, he does well, the defender.
He takes it out for a goal kick, I think.
He did well, the defender there. It's a lunge and a half, though, isn't it?
It's a proper lunge. That is a proper lunge.
That's the old Sunday league. That's the old Sunday league. I'm just going to slide and keep going.
Yeah, Father Time hasn't found Thiago Silva. He hasn't yet, but I think the
injuries are catching up with him.
The message has gone out. You know, I think it's only a matter of time.
Well, Thiago Silva, because Thiago Silva in his younger days was rapid, and he adapted his game really well to loss of pace, and that's always the big challenge I think for players with pace is how you adapt to losing it. Whereas someone like in the old days, Sheringham never had pace, so it was easier. It's easier for him to adapt. Well, I was never quick anyway, so me being a little bit slower, politely, no one's going to notice. Whereas a Michael Owen or even a young Robbie Fowler, you've got to relearn your game a little bit.
So one thing I look at Thiago Silva, and I think he's probably the best centre back in the world at reading the game.
Yeah,
he reads danger, and his body position is the best I've seen in any centre back. He just knows where to be at the right time.
It's actually on his arse again. Ugh. Sniper shot him down.
There's Neymar making a big run from deep again. Poor ball, looking for Rafinha. They're looking for that out ball to Rafinha quite a bit.
Mm.
And to be fair, in the main, Serbia are defending it pretty well.
I think if I was Brazil, I'd be bringing Jesus on at half-time. I'd take Richarlison off. He's just not giving you anything.
Yeah, I think the idea is he's good in the air and he's quick enough, but
I also think for him, not feel sorry for him, but I think he's wasted through that number 9 position. He's best either side.
Yeah. There's Vinicius Jr. again looking for, I think it was Neymar.
Oh, I heard an interesting suggestion for a tactical tweak for Liverpool. When they come back after this World Cup was, when he's fit, what about we try Darwin wide left for his pace and running inside, Salah wide right, pace running inside, put Diaz through the middle.
It's an option.
Deep
programmer there with a shout. Rodrigo comes on, not Jesus. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Rodrigo. I thought he was on the bench, to be fair.
Yeah. One sec.
Oh, behave yourself. Oh, dear. Right. About 20 seconds to go.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, Rodrigo's a really good player. He's another one at Real Madrid that just he's an unsung hero, really. You know, he's just really good at what he does. That's it.
Frustrated Ghanaian. Chris, you're giving the game away. I tell the girlfriend, men can't multitask. Let me do one thing at a time. You're watching 2 games, talking to Kevin, monitoring the chat. Mate, tell you, one of a kind. Probably a good thing, really.
Trust me.
No.
I know.
Oh, no. No, Reading have equalised. Bollocks. Right on half-time as well. Fucking hell. Oh, that's a bit of a killer, that. Because the women have played really well.
On Reading get one back.
Yes, corner swing in, falls out, falls the edge of the box. The girl hits it first time. It's a great finish. But it's literally something out of nothing, that was. Liverpool ruined been not clinical enough. Draw's not the end of the world, but a win would have made life an awful lot.
You got second half. Second half to come.
Yeah.
Oshin asking there, Kev, Chris, thoughts on the Saudi minister saying they want to own both Manchester City and Liverpool? Oh, sorry, they already own Manchester Club. Manchester United and Liverpool. It would be completely against the Premier League rules to have one owner with an investment in more than one club. They already own Newcastle United. So the idea of another Saudi billionaire without having links to the PIF is next to impossible. So that is just another bit of let's get my name in the paper type of nonsense that comes out of some sections of the Middle East when the gossip mongers need to be given a bit of drip-fed a bit of news. It can't happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. But that's just my opinion on it. As it stands at the minute, you've got Newcastle are state-owned, so Man City are borderline state-owned. If you got Manchester United and Liverpool go down that road, you may as well just turn around and say, look, the league is now it's a league of countries who can't produce international quality football themselves, playing domestic football with shirts that you recognize. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not getting too involved with it, to be honest, because I'm a bit.
I just think it's nonsense. It's
because we're gonna be like to every man his dog. It's like when we need a player. So I'll wait till like a Paul Joe, someone tweets something before I need to worry about it. Otherwise, I don't really get too concerned about it.
Yeah, I can't be dealing with it either way. Yeah, It's not even the fact that it's state. I'd be the same with any state. It doesn't matter that it's in the Middle East. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me. It's almost like there was Paul comedian over here, Tommy Tiernan, used to have a stand-up joke routine about he wanted the Olympics to become the drug Olympics. You could take whatever the hell drug you want, but you were going to be sponsored by pharmaceutical companies. And it would be, he said, can you imagine the pole vault sponsored by Viagra? It was that level of ridiculousness, but that's what the Premier League would turn into. It's, Newcastle sponsored by Saudi Arabia. Manchester City sponsored by Abu Dhabi. Manchester United sponsored by whatever country you like. Watford sponsored by Italy. It becomes a nonsense, and it was a good joke. It's much better when Tommy tells it, to be honest. But it's it strays away from. I mean, look, the days are gone of what ownership of football clubs used to be. That ship has sailed. But you can always go too far the other side, and you go too far the other way, and you lose what your identity is. Yeah, the Julian Ward news.
I think that one's caught the club out because I think the other fella. I think the other fella has who had his resignation a while ago, so I think they knew about that one. It's one or two. It depends, like me and you were saying, it depends where you want to spin it or how you headlines at the time. Is it new owners and they're already getting stuff in place? Has Julian Ward decided this job's too big for him? Actually, this is not what he wants. This is not what he wanted. Or, Klopp talked about taking more risks. Is this maybe the summer business they did? They weren't happy with what Ward did. Maybe he was assigned to do something else and he didn't get it done. So this is like a polite way of saying, hand your notes in. We just don't know, do you? Or Liverpool are going down a completely different model for January and the summer onwards, and we don't need someone like him. I think it'll come out the wash at the moment. I think at the moment, we don't know enough to really...
You can't make a judgment either way. I'm just watching the highlights here on BBC, and that ball I think it was in from Paqueta to find Vinicius Jr., if that had been finished, it would have been some move. It really would have. But the way I look at this, when you're having this much chopping and changing behind the scenes, it's never good for stability. And I like the fact that over pretty much the majority of Klopp's tenure at the club have had stability in what it had off the pitch. There was a structure to it all the way through, and everyone knew what their role was. And it just seems to be with since what's his face? The guy who was there before Ward.
Oh, Edwards.
Yes, when he went, Ward took over. It's just like, okay, that's natural progression. You like that. But now Ward out of the blue the club announced that he's going. And by the way, the guy who's the main analyst is going as well.
Yeah.
You're sat there and you're thinking, hang on. And then, the club is either looking for an investor or looking to sell the club.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't think you can have a positive way. There is no positivity in this.
No,
I like this kid so much.
Which kid?
That number 20, Kudus.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose the other thing
had a really good game today.
We've got to see what they're going to bring in. I mean,
we don't know.
It's frustrating because we still don't officially have a club doctor, but I mean, the club doctor is to run the medical side. They actually have doctors and people to look after the medical side, so it's not like it's not there. And look, I still think they're going to bring somebody in to do the analytics side, but maybe it's not maybe it's just a slightly different way of doing it.
Yeah. Did you see this bit? I mean, that was a lovely cross and header. That was out of nothing. That was with 2 minutes to go plus injury time.
They never really. I saw near the end, but they never really got
that one there. If Inaki, and it was in the chat there. If Inaki Williams doesn't slip there, he gets a goal. And Inaki Williams, for me, I think it's ridiculous that Spain never capped him. I think he's such a good striker. But he's still learning how to play with these guys, with these Ghanaian players. So I don't know.
Yeah, I see what John said. Klopp's comment said he wants to take more risk and wants to sign more proven players. It feels like he wants to move away from the original model that Ward / recruitment team love. It is, but the problem with Klopp's comments is people use that bit of the comment, but the full quote afterwards is, "I want to take more risks, look for more stars, but it has to be the right player." Which goes back to, well, this is why you said you wouldn't sign a midfielder all summer, because you said we wanted too many, didn't get him, so we were going to wait for the right player. So Klopp also. Well, they all lie in these things anyway. But Klopp also contradicts himself 3 times because, like, well, if you want to take a risk, then it's not always the right player, is it? Because the word risk means it's something different to what you normally do. So you can't have both.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I look at what Ward and Edwards did right was what they've done through the academy. When you look at the likes of getting Carvalho, Harvey Elliott at the age that they did, bringing Ben Doak in, and by the looks of what they've done with Ramsey as well, that looks another cute bit of business. I want that to continue.
But they probably weren't proactive enough with the.
We didn't sell players at the right time.
Yeah.
And reinvest at the right time to keep the ball rolling. That's all
we've all said.
And it's not much. It's only 1 or 2 players.
And that's what we've all said. That's where the gap is, isn't it? We've got quite a lot of kids who are like 18 to 21, and then they're in the late 20s, early 30s. There's a big gap in the middle. And that's what that was supposed to be Cater and Ox. But
that's also a possibility.
Maybe Ward and the researcher are going to another club. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. But I suppose if they were going to another club, they'd be on garden leave now, I would say.
Yeah. If they were going to another club, they'd be gone now.
They'd be gone now. It'd be just announced they're on garden leave.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would say.
Hey, Tom. Are you keeping, pal? Hope you're well. Don't forget, please hit the like button, guys. All right. Really does help.
Or we'll send Kev round.
No, I'll send Keith round. I'm nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, apparently I'm not at the minute. So
no,
that's fair enough.
You're never nice. You're always grumpy. That's what we like.
Yeah.
So who's doing anyone doing the games tomorrow?
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest.
Not me. I'm out with the
You're
fans.
Right tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm out with the fans. I'm not even going to see the England game. I'll just catch the highlights later. That's how interested I am.
Yeah, look, I kind of agree with Jono there.
For me, the button heads, no way. This is all happy, clappy parting of ways. Something has gone wrong. No club plans to have this many departures from the recruitment team in so little time. Well, I think the Edwards one was planned.
Yeah, I do. I think the Edwards one, he'd been there for a while.
And the researcher had been there a while.
Yeah.
But by the way you're reading into it, I think it's the Ward one that does seem to have caught them off guard.
Yeah.
That seems to be the one that are a bit like they're disappointed, which makes you think, you wonder if they said to him, we're getting you lined up to replace Edwards, and you wonder if perhaps they've turned away other opportunities of people to bring in to replace Edwards because they were going to give it to succession plans Ward. The fact he's left after 7 months, they're probably all going, look, mate, if you didn't want it, we could have got somebody else lined up. I
mean, one thing for sure, it will all come out in the wash but it'll probably come out in the wash quicker than what we think, this one. Yeah. Because it's the one area of the pitch that you want, the one area of the club, you want the structure in place really quick. I'd hope it doesn't affect any planned business for January because
programmer's saying maybe Ward doesn't like being the number one. Yeah, there is always that element of everyone wants the big job. And then when you actually have the big job, for some people they thrive, and some people go, this is not for me.
Not for me.
I actually preferred it working behind the scenes.
Well, the thing is, I honestly think that if there's any deals that are in the pipeline for January, they're generally done. By this time of year, World Cup or no World Cup, by this time of year, it's pretty much done and dusted. Just a case of, arranging for when the player signs. The main bulk of players' contracts and January transfer deals are generally done a good month in advance. I listened to an interview when they were talking about a Redmen interview when they're talking about the possibility of Cody Gakpo leaving and would Liverpool be a good destination for him. And the sporting director was literally, yes, it would be. Liverpool would organise this months in advance. You don't rock up in the second week of December and have a strategy meeting and say, okay, who are we going to bring in? Who are we going to sell?
The other thing is, this will be.
It doesn't work like that.
If Edwards is if Edwards was a good sporting director as people says he is, but he's touted to be, the really good directors put a lot of things in place, like systems, processes. So for, like half these deals, although Edwards gets a lot of credit for a lot of these deals, probably half of these deals he probably didn't have as big an involvement as you would think, because there are other members of staff, as in like certain levels of things you can do for. So some things they could be doing a lot of the groundwork for anyway.
That I'm not convinced of, John. This couldn't happen at a worse time with the rebuild needed. I think this actually could be a blessing in disguise if you had one section of the recruitment team being stubborn over XYZ player or being stumbling blocks.
Yeah.
That fresh eyes, fresh pair of ears, and a fresh mouth on certain things might not be the worst idea in the world.
And listen, we've had plenty of we've done plenty of post-match shows and all sorts where we've seen lots of people saying we don't want buy to sell anymore. We need to adapt the process. We need to adapt how we do things. The way we do recruitment now got a bit stale. A lot of that was said in the summer. There was definitely some truth to some of it. So let's see what gets changed, what gets brought in, because it go one or two ways, can't it? It'll be horrific, and we don't bring anyone in, or it's a bit scattergun like it used to be, or it's just it's the next evolution.
MC asking there, who do I realistically think we could get in January? I think if West Ham are going to cash in on Declan Rice, it will be January. If they wait till the summer and he's only got 12 months left on his deal,
2 years left.
Yeah, but it still reduces the valuation that they'll be able to get in January. Well, we're often moving in the second half. The other one, I mean, look, there's no smoke without fire. There is an awful lot of talk around Mason Mount.
Yeah.
And you look at the amount of spending that Chelsea have done in the recent windows. Chelsea have to sell a few players.
Mason Mount will be an interesting one.
Yeah, what I'm saying is Chelsea have to sell a few players to be able to carry on recruiting at the volume at the rate that they're going at.
Turn over! Good save keeper.
Is that Rafinha? Turn it over quick. Vinicius Jr.
Got away with that defender.
Yeah, Serbia really got away with that one. That's a really sloppy slow start. 45 seconds into the second half. Brazil come out on fire.
Everything they weren't doing in the first half.
Yeah, there's aggressive nature. Look at the amount of Brazil players in that final third. Ball spread out wide, back through to Marquinhos, cross to Thiago Silva, and Brazil look to build up again. They are playing that 4-2-1-3. Neymar in that free role or Paqueta in the free role, depending on which side of the pitch you're on. But I think if you offered Serbia 0-0 now, they'd snap your hand off for it.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they'd fancy their chances against the Swiss.
This is a great result.
And Cameroon.
Yeah, for Serbia, this is a brilliant result.
Yeah.
For Brazil, it will build the pressure on them. The Brazilian fans, they're very demanding.
Very. It's Casemiro. He's having a good game, Casemiro.
He's a good player. Always has been.
He's a very good player. Richarlison turns it over, gets a good run.
Squeezed out of it.
Squeezed out of it by one and poleaxed by the other.
Yeah, no free kick given though.
Good. Nice to see it. Nice to see it.
Always good pressure there by Brazil. He does well there. Serbia to get out of it.
Back to Casemiro again, looking for an option. Neymar comes short, and he chose to go with Thiago by the look of it. Marquinhos bringing it out from the back. And Brazil build again. It's unusual seeing Neymar this deep as a midfield eight. How do you think he's done?
Okay, it's been flashes, I would say.
It's Paqueta looking for Neymar, cut out Tadic. So Mitrovic, ball out.
Oh, nice play.
Unfortunately, Mitrovic is the one that you want up top to be on the receiving end, not breaking out the play there.
Oh.
Referee looks like he's letting everything go now in this half.
That's a bad one. That's instant yellow.
Grujic, Seville's holding midfield in the menu. Good edge.
Well, that was definitely taking no prisoners.
Thou shalt go no further, sunshine.
That was definitely I'm taking no prisoners.
Yeah. It's like
can't really.
This is a dangerous spot. This is a dangerous spot.
That's when you know it's a proper foul on Neymar. He's not doing 17 rolls.
Yeah. Imagine me and Ray Houghton are on the same wavelength.
What's that? Sorry.
Ray Houghton was mentioning how much Brazil missing Firmino.
Yeah, I think
Razor is absolutely spot on. It is that.
I was surprised he goes an option,
isn't it?
Especially when the big criticism of Firmino over the last couple of years is he doesn't score any goals, and this year he's doing all right for goals.
I think this is the first year really that Bobby's been properly fit and rested. You know, the fact that he missed so much football last year is probably standing him in good stead this season.
Could be. Because on the quiet, Neymar actually picks up a lot of injuries, doesn't he? On the quiet.
Yeah, the frustrated Ghanaian saying you can't rule something out in Ward's personal life. Look, this is the truth. We just don't know.
Yeah, he's right. You only know 20% of what comes out, and you do us have to, when we're told stuff publicly, who's telling you what's the angle for it? Because there's always an angle for something. Yeah.
Well, this free kick looks prime Neymar position here. Right.
The only reason that makes me think it's not something in his private life is the way it's been leaked out for Liverpool that they're disappointed. Because I sort of feel like disappointment means like the disappointing decision that he decided to leave. Whereas I think if it was something in his personal life, it'd be more of the club understand.
It would have been accommodated, yeah.
Yeah, the club wished he would stay, but they understand why he's going, which is why it feels a bit like him going feels a bit more like a.
He wants this one to go wider.
Edit. Oh,
Richarlison.
Oh, great tackle.
Blocked and kept in play by Neymar. Ball ends up going out for a throw, but it looks like one of the Croatians after taking. Yeah, he took a ball in the mush.
Bollocks.
Yeah, I think that was Milinkovic-Savic. Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic took that ball in the mush.
Oh, go on, Mel. It's it. No. By the way, I've seen the equaliser again for Reading. It's from a free kick, and the girl doesn't get touched. It's a ridiculous free kick. We've had a few of them this season where very non-free kicks have been given. That's cost us.
I wonder how long Serbia wait to make the change to maybe go with two up top. Maybe bring Jovic on to help Mitrovic out, or bring Vlahovic on and go two up top.
I think they'll probably aim for the last 20.
Yeah, we're 50 minutes in at the minute. Longest is.
I think with 20 to go, then they look at what they can. Can you try and nick it then?
Ooh, interesting.
Liverpool to reconsider their sporting model. Paul Joyce, what do you make of that comment? What's what we're saying? Maybe this is the new structure they want to do, which is we said Klopp says more risks, so maybe this is a new sporting structure they want to do, which is slightly different tactics, so they want different people to do it.
Well, Jono, the only thing I'd take into that is wait and see what happens in the transfer window. Oh, Rafinha, good tackle. What a tackle that is.
when we sign Mbappe and Bellingham in January, we go, oh yeah, it's well good. This.
If it could be a case that they go to look to bring in more proven, established players with,
which to be fair,
a short term view.
Which to be fair, the squad could do with a few players. You go like, yeah, it'd be good for us for 2-3 years, but that's fine. It's all right getting a few players that are you just need for a couple 2-3 years, and you move them on. He is good, Paqueta, really.
I think the only downside to that, all right, and this is a realistic downside.
Can you move them on?
You're going to spend more on players for the here and now, but you're also going to have a higher turnover of players because you're going to have to sell players.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, still one more. Sorry.
No, to me, that sporting model is literally investing in youth and buying players.
Buy to sell is
not buy to sell, but buy players at that, say, B plus level who are on the verge of making it to grade A.
Like when we did with Genies and the Salahs.
No, we did with Salah, buying your £30 million player and developing them into a £100 million player.
It's taking the risk of buying someone who's 50, 60, fairly well established. If you do sell him, you're probably not going to make your money back. But for 2-3 years you have him, he does the job that you need.
Yeah, but that means you're going to have a higher turnover of players, which means you might not have the continuity at the club.
I mean, your ideal world is, say if you bring in 2 or 3 midfielders who are around the mid-20s, that 25 mark, they're okay for 2-3 years. But then you're saying to the likes of the Jones and Carvalho's and the Harvey Elliott says, you're still going to get game time, but I'm not expecting Harvey Elliott then to do 30, 40 games a season. I'm expecting him to do 25 with a bit more security around him, so there's less pressure on him. Yeah. Which probably isn't a bad thing. But like I said, we're all guessing. We don't know.
But I think that the only way to judge a statement like that is going to be through actions.
John, there's a belief within the club that FSG's ownership model is reaching the end of its shelf life after a period of remarkable success.
Well, that's kind of not new.
Yeah, that's why we're looking to sell.
Pretty much, yeah, that's why they're looking to sell a club, mate. And that's pretty much what most people have acknowledged right the way through. I suppose since the emergence of what Newcastle were going to do.
Yeah.
And we saw what City were doing, and you saw through the ex-betting scandal at City what the lengths they're prepared to do to pump money into their club. You realize that without proper controls, without the guaranteed money that the Super League would have brought, you're then relying on your own commercial revenue to grow the club. That can only take you so far.
Yeah.
When you've got clubs willing to basically invent sponsors and cheat their way into pumping money into the club. You can't, and if you want to go down that road, then they'll just pump more money in. That's it. I think rightly so, John, and Newcastle definitely have scared them because Newcastle can do what Man City can do, but Newcastle can do it on Red Bull. And that's the scary thing. People laughed at me when I said that Newcastle will be looking to get into the Champions League within 2 years. And here we are. They'll go again in January and they'll look to consolidate their Premier League position.
Because you have 2 years.
They'll look to do it within 2 years.
I think when you can have a bit of a 2-year grace period. You can almost spend what you like.
Spend what you like.
So be it for Serbia. Who's that coming on?
Yeah.
Illich is coming on. And
Radnovic.
Okay. Jonathan, I expected better from them. Yeah, I think you expected a little bit more.
I think what they are missing, the problem was with Brazil, they're missing that number 9. Their build-up play has been really good. Their wing play has been good. They've dominated the ball in the middle of the park. Serbia haven't been able to lay a glove on them in this half. Brazil are dominating this game completely. It's just the final third, the final pass, or having that striker. Here's Mitrovic taking the ball.
Cross
comes in. It's a lovely ball from Milinkovic-Savic, and it goes out for a corner.
Yeah, fullback does well there. Nice cross by Tadic. Fullback, the attacker just probably needs to put a bit of pressure on the Brazilian, just to at least put him off.
This is where you fancy Serbia. If they can get the delivery right, they're a big side. You know, they're strong in the air.
Just so you know, this Reading game's stressing me out.
Distract yourself with the
Brazilian corner.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a big in-swinger.
This is stressful. Let's watching 2 games at once, I tell you.
Tadic looking near post.
Oh, good header.
Cleared away. Got to keep it alive.
Seems to be a bit of a theme of this World Cup. A lot of near post corners. Seems to be the vogue thing at the moment.
Yeah, I don't get it because with VAR, they've already shown that they're willing to give
penalties for holding.
And in my opinion, most defenders, most teams don't know how to defend. They're doing what Martin Skirtle made a living out of.
There you go. Oh, goal kick.
Yeah, holding players, not looking at the ball. And to maximize that, surely you just put the ball on the penalty spot.
Mm.
Give yourself the best chance of getting ahead on it. Not looking for flick-ons at the near stick. I think it's daft.
Who's that? Another foul.
They're giving him stick now. Get in his head. That's the best way to do it with Neymar. Get in his head. Rattle him.
Come on, Liverpool. Wakey.
Here we go with Brazil again. Rafinha's had a good game.
Yeah, he's heavily involved, isn't he?
Yeah, ball out to Casemiro having a dig off the stick. What an effort.
That's a cracking
effort. He's got a Rasmussen. That looked like a handball.
Yeah.
High, wide, and handsome from Vinicius.
What a hit by Casemiro, though.
It wasn't Casemiro. It was the left back.
Oh, it was left back. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Let's have a look. Oh, the bend on that. Oh, do you know, what a goal that would have been. Keeper's very flat-footed for that, isn't he? Brazilian left back shooting from distance, just like 1998 all over again.
Yeah. Not quite got the bend.
Not quite. Not Le Tournoir, is it?
No, definitely not. That was unreal, that one.
Just
quickly looking at the stats. I mean, Brazil got 60%, possession of 60-40. Brazil have had 10 shots, only 3 on target, though. 5 corners, and only four fouls committed by Brazil.
But you must say, though, that shot then is probably the best chance I've seen them have.
Yeah, it was Lobo Silva.
Even the 3 on target. Even the 3 on target. There's nothing you wouldn't expect the keeper to not deal with.
Yeah, that was a hell of an effort. But the longer this goes on, given the fact that Switzerland already have 3 points in the bag,
pressure will tell in a minute.
The pressure will start to tell.
Okay, the women's game's reaching the hour mark, still 1-1. Desperate for it.
Mitrovic is looking really isolated up front. He's not getting any help. He's not getting any support. No one can get up to him fast enough, and the passing up to him has been poor.
Yeah. Absolutely desperate for a Liverpool winner here.
Thiago. Kicking out for Lima again. They're going again here. Vinicius Jr. Ball back into Neymar. Again out to Rafinha.
Rafinha.
Poor touch. Really poor touch. He's been good. He's been one of the bright sparks for Brazil, to be honest, Rafinha. Lovely touch by Neymar. Wow. Nice run. Stops, goes, shot.
Nice. Goal.
And it's in.
Oh, it's everyone's favourite. It's Richarlison.
Right place, right time.
So, I mean, to be fair, we make it a habit of this, Kev. He's done nothing all game. Oh, he's just got.
Yeah.
Not much to keep you do there with the save, and then
I suppose. I mean, look,
Johnny on the spot in it. You just hope.
Yeah, Johnny on the spot. The only thing you could say is the effort from Vinicius Junior. He had to get that. He had to parry that away from goal.
Yeah.
If you're being hypercritical, he had to hit that away from goal.
You just hope if you're the keeper, you're just hoping one of your centre backs bails you out there.
Let's have a look. It was a lovely run by Neymar. Commits centre backs, creates confusion. Shot from Vinicius. Yeah, keeper. I mean, I've been really harsh here.
Because to be honest, if he does push it wide, I think he pushes it right into
Rafinha.
Rafinha's chance.
That was hit with some pace, that shot as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, look, it's one of those. The centre back, if the centre back reacts better, but I don't think there's a lot he can do. That is split second. That either
good goal
comes straight at you as a centre back and you can clear it, or it lands to Johnny on the spot for a tap in. And here we go. Brazil 1-0. 63 minutes gone. Serbia going to have to do something now because they need to get something out of this.
Yeah. Keep going.
Thiago, calm as you like, just slips it back to Lima and clears it again.
That's a terrible header.
It has to be a foul, but
Jesus,
what's going on here?
So he doesn't get the foul on the Serbian, he gets the foul on the Brazilian and books him.
Yeah, and books. I mean, at what point do you call this cheating? At what point do you call this cheating?
I bet that's for Neymar. I bet that's for Neymar's shirt at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Do you remember ref doing that?
Yeah, I've heard of it before.
Yeah, it's mad.
Lukic gets booked, but to be honest, Thiago Silva cleans out Tadic.
2-1 Reading.
Bugger. Oh no.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Thiago Silva elbows him in the gob, for God's sake. Or as Casemiro, he elbows him in the gob.
Oh, that's an absolute nightmare, that for Liverpool women. Oh, no. That's it. That'll take Redmen above Liverpool. No. That's not what we need. Fucking hell. Oh, it's shot defending as well. Free in the box for a tap-in. Oh. Again, after such a good start, Liverpool women trail again.
No, Philip, I agree with you. I think that Newcastle will get top 4 this season. And the reason I think they'll do it is because they're not in Europe this season.
And they found that level of consistency as well.
Yeah, they're a really hard side to beat, and they'll go again in January with big spending.
And of course, guess who scored for Reading? Kev, sorry. Tash Dowie, the ex-Liverpool player that was concerned about.
Well, Vlahovic is on here for Serbia. They're sticking with this 3-5-1-1 system, but they've got to really go for it now. They've got to get something out of this game. They can't come away from this with nothing. And to be fair, Brazil have been the better side. They deserve the lead.
No. Lost a bit of intensity, haven't they, Serbia?
They have to pick it up now. I mean, they've got 35 minutes plus added time to go. They've got enough quality on the pitch, but Brazil have been playing this at a stroll, at a canter. They've got to up the intensity and up the pace, force Brazil to do something different. I'm surprised Kostic hasn't come on yet. Yeah, he's got a wand of a left foot, and he should be on by now.
They need to mix it up a little bit now, don't we?
Yeah. Nice one too. Unlucky, no. Nicked off again.
Oh, the free 2-1. Does well there, number 2 again. Oh, Junior still got it. He's in the box. Shot. Oh, he slips. Thank Christ. Thank Christ for Serbia.
Yeah, I think he kicks it with his standing foot. Kicks it with his wrong foot. It would have been offside anyway. Yeah, kicks it with his wrong foot.
Don't go with this ref. I doubt he'd give it anyway.
No, I'm surprised he didn't give a corner. I'm telling you, I haven't seen biased refereeing of this nature in a long time.
Oh, come on, Liverpool. To be fair to Reading are fighting for everything now.
Neymar sat in his jacksie now. They're look, this is what Brazil do. It's what a lot of top teams do, and it's what England really should take lessons from. Is 20 minutes to go, 1-0 up.
Shut up shop.
Shut up shop. Take the pace out of the game, take the time out of the game. And you hope then that the referees add it on, but I wouldn't bank on this guy doing it.
No, this will be the first game that's 3 minutes at the time.
But there was one earlier on, I think. One of the games earlier had 1 minute of injury time added at halftime. That tells you what kind of standard the game was at.
Oh, yeah.
Shocking.
But all the second halves for nearly over have been at least 6, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, Serbia have got to look for... They got to look for space to put in a quality cross. They've got height in the box.
Yeah.
Ball comes in, cleared away for a corner.
The one thing Brazil have been, they've been very solid as a unit off the ball.
But that's the experience that you have in Thiago Silva. That triangle, that Casemiro, Thiago.
Go on. Get in! 2-2. Come on. Steady again.
Like we got a game at Redmen.
Yeah. So this Brazil game was shit. Let's put the women's game on. Sorry, that's off brand. That sorry, ignore me. It's Gav sacking me later.
Cross came in, header. That's Palovic, I think.
Oh, get in!
Yeah, he just couldn't get over the ball. But that's where you want That's where you want balls being put into that space. Ooh, he wasn't bad. Mr. Roberto Carlos with the goatee sat in the royal box.
The man with the world's biggest thighs as well. Remember?
Yeah. Lovely turnover. Vlahovic toss, a poor touch, man. You can't be given, and then you give him a touch, and he goes down like a sack of spuds. But they didn't fall for it. It's gone out for a corner off Thiago. In fairness, it actually probably was a foul on Thiago. So surprised the line didn't give it. But Tadic is out to take the corner again. He's got to get this delivery right. Got to make this pressure tell. Again, going for near press. Comes across the goal. Ball's alive.
And it! Oh, no. Oh, he went for the dramatic.
And he put that ball right in the mixer, right in there. Slips off Rafinha's head to the far post. Milinkovic-Savic put it back in. Marquinhos cleans it out. And Lazovic tries to lash it into the back of the net, and nothing. But that would have been spectacular from Vlahovic if that had gone in. That would have been unreal if it had gone in, to be honest. Still no shot on target for Serbia. Yep, spot on programmer. Alisson has generally been
nothing to do with
a spectator in this game so far.
What's this one? Total receptions between midfield and defensive lines.
I figured it out. I was watching a watch along that Joe had on his channel earlier on for today, and he asked me what I thought receptions was.
Right.
I think it's receiving the ball.
Oh, okay.
I think it's players receiving the ball on the half turn, maybe. That's about it.
I am liking these more creative stats. I just think I think so they need to just possibly explain them a little bit. Because when they explained, like that scramble possession one,
Is that Cafu?
Yeah, it was Cafu, yeah. He still looks like he can play now, to be honest. I like that because then they're what I call stats that match your eye test.
They're meaningful stats.
Do you think it's a bit of a midfield battle where like nothing's happening? And when you saw that stat, you went, well, that kind of says what I think it is, which is most of the balls just kicking around in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
And if you're saying that Neymar is receiving the ball, he's received the ball 14 times.
Between midfield and attack. Would make sense because you and me both said he's dropped deep a lot and received the ball deep. Tadic is the other high one, which would make sense. This
is good from Serbia now. This is where they have to make this play. You can't do that. That's such a poor ball. Really well read, but that's such a poor ball.
Oh, get it clear.
Tap that one. Just be smart now. Bring the ball out. You have to play your way through the lines.
Okay. Take him on. Danilo's
well played by Danilo. He let it go out for a corner. Or go out for a throw in. Take the pressure off. 18 minutes to go. Still 1-0.
Corner. Fucking hell.
Fred is coming on for Brazil. Let's see who he's coming on for. He's bound to be coming on for, more than likely, coming on for Paqueta.
Yeah, I think so. He's been holding his back a couple of times as well, hasn't he? Plus, he's the right sub to do when you're trying to hold onto a slender lead.
Yeah.
And also, if Fabinho was in any sort of form, then you bring Fabinho on. But he's very lucky to make the squad, I would say.
Lima takes it to Vinny J. Back to Neymar again. Looks to slow it down. Back onto Vinicius Jr. again. Here he goes. Ball comes across.
What a goal!
What a hit!
Like them all over. That's a quality goal. That's the best goal of the tournament so far, that.
What a hit.
That is unreal finish, that.
Bula boss. What a goal.
What a goal. Fair play. Listen, you, me, both
all over.
We're not his biggest fan, but hey, that's outrageously good.
Quality is quality, and that was a lovely touch.
It's also what you go. That's a Brazilian goal. It's what you expect.
Yeah, but you have to say, how does a number 9 get that much time in the box to be able to take a touch?
It's number 2. Isn't he can't touch him, can he?
Let's have a look at it. Just look at him there. Look how much space he has to take that on a touch. Nobody near him. Lovely ball with the outside of the foot from Vinny J. Takes it on his left foot, ball up, and bang with his right.
That's a lovely goal.
That's a beautiful goal. That's a beautiful goal.
So Shanice van der Sanden, first start of the season. She's got off on 72 for Missy Bo Kearns. And centre-backs come on for Furness. So I think Liverpool might be going to 3 at the back. Okay, 20 minutes to go. Fingers crossed.
That was outstanding. That was absolutely outstanding.
Go on. Oh, I thought we'd scored then. Lawley crosses it. Razza. 3-2. Get in. 3-2 to Liverpool. Get in. Oh, Stays looking up. We've seen the goal of the tournament, and Liverpool women are winning.
Come on, Liverpool.
Absolutely made up. Oh,
yeah, that'll be here's the substitution being made now. Paqueta coming off for Fred, and it looks like, is it Anthony? Maybe Anthony coming on. Let's have a look. But Liverpool need to see that one out now.
Oh,
number 20.
Rodrigo
coming on for Vinicius Jr.
And again, I'll say it again. The manager deserves a lot of credit because that is now 3 or 4 games running. The subs he's brought on have either scored or set up the winner. Razza Roberts been on the pitch 10 minutes, gets you till up. Shanice van der Sanden last week came in at 3-1 down, goal and assist. Fair play to him. And fair play to Razza Roberts because it's a player I think probably could have had a little bit more game time than she's got, but when she comes on, excellent.
Well, back to this game a second now. At 2-0, Serbia need to be very careful because this group could easily come down to goal difference depending on how the next 2 games go for them. They don't want to be conceding many here.
Correct. You want to keep...
if they can get something on the break and make it interesting in the last 10 minutes, fine. But they don't want to be conceding 3 and 4 here.
Yeah. Young Missy Bo Kearns has been on the pitch 2 minutes, booked.
Philip,
that's a different way of making an impact. Who are the women playing? They're playing. We're playing Reading away, Philip, who are 1 place below Liverpool. So if they win today, they'll open a 4-point gap on second bottom and a 7-point gap on bottom. So fingers crossed.
Massive. Right.
Oh, I probably should. I'm impressed myself doing 2 watch-alongs at the same time.
This is where Brazil. You can see Brazil might try to up the gears now. Was
it Anthony who came on?
No, it wasn't. It was Rodrigo.
Oh, I like Rodrigo.
Yeah.
That goal he scored against City to help. Was it the second equaliser?
I think that should be gone for a corner. But Rodrigo is come on to play on the left wing.
Oh, what a save!
He's come on to play on the left wing. His natural, normal position is to play on the right for Real Madrid. He doesn't often get a chance to play on the left.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus getting ready to come on next.
That's a smart sub, I think, to bring him on now, because one thing Jesus gives you is pace. So
it gives you that ability to maneuver players around the pitch as well. You know, it's
plus then you could do the whole Rodrigo, Jesus, Rafinha. They could all interlink in 3 or 4 positions. That makes them was
100% Owen. Yeah, he's got to get the man of the match on his 2.
Yeah, frustrated Ghanaians, but was over Ghana's all pretty. I'm still not having Thomas Partey, but Chris's commentary on the women's game has made my day. So I'm glad you're.
This is why I tell you, this is make it interesting doing a watch along for the men's team, because you see what our emotions are really like, and it is.
Do you know what? Generally, and Kev's seen both sides of me. I'm generally more stressed watching the women's games. I'm a bit more relaxed with the men's games. I don't just because I go with a lot more, and you get to sort of meet the players. My daughter's met a lot of the players. I don't know. It has a slightly different meaning, so it's great.
Well, Richarlison's gone off.
He must be a little bit. Richarlison must be a little bit good. Basically, I've probably got a trick chance here.
Yeah, well, Gabriel Jesus comes on. Neymar is still sat down. I think he'd probably be up in a minute. I don't think they would have made that change if he was Neymar was in any jeopardy.
Do you reckon Dani Alves is going to get on at some point?
I think maybe in the 3rd game. If
do you know what that finish gets better.
That's some hit, man. That's just some hit. That's a great finish.
Yeah. Do you know the other thing that annoys me is no matter of centre backs that who turn the back. I'm a bit like, if you're a centre back, you should know you're going to get a whack in the face, because actually he doesn't turn his back there. He probably gets something.
Neymar is going off. He's being substituted for Anthony.
Here's Anthony.
Surely they're not going to play Anthony in the middle of the park.
Don't know. We'll see in a minute.
Well, the way this is shaping up.
I mean, it's Tom Bowler. It is some bench when you can bring on Jesus and Anthony. It's not bad when it's not bad when they're your bench players.
It's right out wide now to Rafinha. Fullback's gone on the overlap. Back from Danilo to Richarlison. Couldn't quite get it. They've dominated the second half. Bar about a 5-minute spell.
Yeah.
Where Serbia put a bit of pressure on. Brazil have been...
Serbia, this feels a bit like the France-Australia game. Serbia's chance was the first half. They had to get something in the first half.
Yeah.
And then...
That's a lovely ball.
Anthony's definitely wide.
No, it's just gone straight out. It's gone for a goal kick. It's gone for a goal kick. Ooh, should have been a corner. Should have been a corner.
Should have done his 360 spin that he does.
Yes.
Come in.
Serbia will be disappointed with the performance tonight, because they're generally a better side than this.
Yeah.
You know, I think they've just set up too negative. They haven't been able to make this back three system work.
Ooh.
Here we go again. Rafinha. Bit of a lunge in the box.
Casemiro.
Off the crossbar.
What a hit.
He's been outstanding today. He really has.
On another day, we could have seen 2 absolute peaches from distance.
Yeah. He's been outstanding today from Casemiro.
Go on. Oh, she saved it. Fucking hell. What's the keeper doing saving it? God's sake. Nearly Stengel hat-trick then.
Nearly 8 minutes to go, and look,
10 minutes in the women's game. Oh, dangerous free kick there. Absolute lunge on her.
And again, shot from outside the box. Curling right foot. Keeper does well, knocks it away, but here come Brazil again on the build-up.
Why? If you want to do this, if you're enjoying our riveting commentary of Kev doing one game, me doing another, which is going really well, I think.
Probably a YouTube first, I think.
The YouTube first commentary on 2 games at the same time. Yeah. I think that's quite impressive. Give us a like, give us a subscribe.
Fred.
And don't forget, hit the bell icon because we're back at 10 o'clock. It's me and Jonathan's back on. So we're going to go through the games of the day. I'm keeping my fingers crossed Jonathan's watched all of them because I've only seen bits. So I'm going to sit and watch. I'm going to sit and
that was a right-footed curling shot that hit the crossbar from the left back.
Yeah.
I thought it was Casemiro. It wasn't. It was a left back.
We've both done that now. Credit to Casemiro.
It's just a position that he takes up.
That Paul left back's probably gone.
And another save from Fred.
Yeah, good hit.
And Fred is actually really good from that kind of range.
He's much maligned, Fred, because of how he's played for United, but internationally, this is what he was. He was an attacking midfielder.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a nice height. It's a nice height. I mean, he's been non-existent second half.
Yeah, Mitrovic comes off.
Not his fault, to be fair. There's absolutely no service to him at all.
No, the service has been poor, and not just so much the service with the ball, but the service with bodies. They haven't been able to get anyone around him.
Because even when he's held it up, he's got 3 around him. I'm not sure what you're going to do from there.
Anthony taking it back. Anthony again.
I would say for Brazil, you class this as a very mature performance. Yeah. Probably something that they didn't have in the last World Cup, where they were either blowing teams away or they looked very fragile with a goal conceded. This has been quite a mature performance because they've done well to keep Serbia at arm's length.
That's a beautiful pass. That's a free kick.
It's offside.
Let him off.
I was about to say, it's fucking lazy. At least try and make an effort.
It was offside. Yeah, he was. He was offside. Yeah, he was offside.
What do you think of this semi-automated offside thing? Because it seems to take as long as it did when it was just drawing the bloody lines.
I was expecting it to be a lot faster.
Yeah. I was also expecting to see that Champions League thing where they show...
Here we go.
Corner. Do you know that Champions League line where they show, which part of your body's offside?
Yeah.
In the Champions League, you don't see that as often. It must take forever to create the image.
I think what's not being helped is the fact that every TV company is getting the same feed from FIFA.
Mm.
So,
good instruction.
Here you go.
It's it.
Shot off target. Allison can get there. Can he keep it?
No.
He just wanted to get involved in the game.
I think he was bored. Another sub. 6 minutes to go. Another sub for Liverpool. Winger Mel has gone off and they brought on Yana Daniels. I'll say what I think about Yana Daniels in a minute when both corners have happened because I don't want to be accused of jinxing it.
All right. Well, this is going to be an outswinger from Tadic. Ball comes in, nice into the middle, defended well by Brazil.
Clear it.
Comes back in again from Serbia, and here come Brazil on the break.
That was injury for Liverpool.
That's a poor ball. That had to be out in front of Anthony.
The benefit of bringing a Yana Daniels on is she is one of those, how can I put it, perfect utility players. You could play a wide left, wide right. You could play a wing back. But for a winger, she's very physical. So for corners and free kicks, she's a perfect defensive winger. So makes sense really. Kerry Holland's down for Liverpool at the moment, which is the one player they can really afford to not get injured because I think she is the key to the midfield for Liverpool.
Well, we've got 5 minutes to go here, plus injury time. Brazil, that's a lovely run.
Go on, cross it up. Get across to Anthony.
No.
Oh, I should have hit it first time. Silly step.
Lovely step. That was really nice.
Went past him like he wasn't there then.
Yeah, he just stood him up then.
It's nice to see little flicks and tricks like that.
Was that Gabriel Jesus? It was, I think.
Yeah, whoever it was lovely skill.
It was Anthony. I mean, the thing is with Anthony is so left-footed, it's painful. Goes for that little shimmy, gets through.
Cut back. Hit it.
Just over the top again.
So, lovely play.
Over the top from Rodrigo. But
I do like Rodrigo.
Yeah. That's the only, I think that's probably the only criticism you can level at Anthony is the fact that he's painfully left-footed. In the same way as Mo Salah is. Mo Salah is painfully left-footed as well.
He's slowly got a bit better with cutting on strike because we've seen some of the goals here, but it's still
Rafinha coming off. I think he's arguably been Brazil's best player today. I've been really impressed with him.
Yeah,
he was always an option, always an outball.
And the left back whose name I can't remember, but we keep crediting Casemiro for all his good work.
Yeah, Gabriel Martinelli coming on, his World Cup debut.
Another player I like.
Yeah, Lobo Silva.
Another player.
Alexandra.
Alexandra. Who's he play for?
Alexandra. He used to play for Juventus.
Oh, that Alexander. He looks completely different to what last time I saw him. That. He's forever been linked with Chelsea as well. Before he got Chilwell.
Yeah.
The women are 4 minutes away
from on the run. He's looking to take his full back on and just run him, take him into the corner. Goes again, gets to the line, whips it across. Nobody's there.
Good job.
Nobody gambling on the cutback. That deserved the finish. That was a really good run.
It was. If the women can get a win here, they'll have played the team directly below them and directly above them and took 4 points in 2 away games. I would say that's an impressive return. The concern for Liverpool here is Charlotte Wardlaw is down injured and she's doesn't look very happy.
I like that, Jono. I haven't seen that one. I must have missed it. I wasn't looking at the screen at the time.
Another new stat: forced turnovers. Oh, I like that one.
That's a really good stat. Oh, here it is. Forced
turnovers. Oh, it's just got now.
Casemiro 16. So that's just winning possession back.
Yeah, that'd be. Do you know what?
Lucas Paqueta with 10.
I'd like to have seen what Liverpool stats for that sort of would have been for that.
Forced turnover. I think that's
in our peak, a couple of years ago when we were winning the Champions League.
Yeah, but I think you see that stat a lot on some social sites. It's recoveries, ball recoveries.
Yeah, ball recoveries. Yeah.
Yeah, is Danilo whipping the ball into Martinelli with a header, and it just goes wide.
I am liking these sort of different ways of showing statistics rather than the same. But we all know the possession stats and shots on target and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but at least they feel like ones with context.
Yeah. Arguably could have gone out for a corner, that one.
John, I wouldn't want to see our forced turnover numbers this season. We've certainly had plenty of forced turnovers done to us.
Yeah, this is true.
But it would be an interesting thing, because sometimes your eye tells you we don't, certain clubs, we're not pressing like we used to, not forcing it like we used to. That would probably be a way of knowing it. I mean, I don't know how you compile those stats. So
into the last minute, and
what are you thinking, Rafinha man of the match?
They'll give it to Richarlison, but I've been really impressed with Rafinha. Casemiro as well. I think Casemiro has been brilliant.
And Sandro, the left back, has been excellent.
Sandro has been good.
Bollocks, 3-3. Just look down. That's a bit of a ball. That's a bit of a kick in the bollocks. That. I mean, I actually think man of the match is Alisson's Tash.
He's been a complete passenger, hasn't he, Alisson? He's done nothing. He's had nothing to do. 7 minutes added on.
Cross comes in. Oh, I think it's not great defended by Liverpool. 2 or 3 players could actually clear that, to be honest. 89th minute. Equaliser for Reading. Tash Dowie again, ex-Liverpool player again.
But whatever happens here now, you don't want to lose it from here.
No.
Because it's not just about the result, then that's soul destroying.
Absolutely.
But in this one, if Serbia can get one back here, even if it might help towards goal difference later on in the group.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't Tash Dowie. It's been given to the defender. So it must
ball out wide. Lovely. He's got to make this pay. He's got poor cross again. And you've got good players in the box who thrive on those kind of deliveries.
Oh, Liam Rowe just wide. Fucking hell.
Lovely ball in again by Serbia. Ball comes across the box. Alisson stretches, doesn't get there. Serbia giving one real last push here now.
Oh, like you said, Kev, as long as we don't lose it from here, but
it's
take the lead twice is a bit of a killer. That.
Yeah, but they also went behind and, like you said, got it back into it. But at the same time, you're away from home.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because I think even in the Brighton game, the 3-3 was great, but they definitely had chances. They probably should have nicked it.
Yeah, it's a big ball across from Alisson. He stretches, he just doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, bit of a flap, really, if you're being honest.
Yeah, it was. He could have been embarrassed at that if there was a player coming in on the far post. We've still got about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Martinelli. Oh, that's really good defending. Has to pick his head up there. The ball in through the middle was on. There. Martinelli, quick 1-2. No. Doesn't get there. It's cleared up pitch. Danilo looks like he's Danilo looks like he's injured. He's pulled something there.
Dani Alves is coming on.
I don't think they've got any subs left. I think they've made all the changes.
Do you know who it could be? It could be Fabinho right back. That's his old position, isn't it?
No, I think they've made 5 changes. That's it.
No, I mean for the tournament, if he's pulled, that's what I mean. Liverpool have got 6 minutes added time to deal with. Come on, girls.
Oh, here we go. 4 minutes to go. Keeper looking to launch it long. And it's just gone too long all the way through to Alisson.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of stuff you need to
I think they've given up, haven't they?
Yeah, Madge, you're right. Ali's been twiddling his tash for the last 90 minutes and he's asked to do something there and he had a bit of a flap at it.
Yeah.
Agreed. Danilo does look hurt. He looks like those are the kind of injuries you worry about. That's a handball from Fred.
When there's nowhere near him. Yeah,
when no one's anywhere near it and he pulls up, that's a muscle.
Well, we all thought that was Lucas Hernandez, didn't we?
Yeah.
Especially when the knee he was grabbing, thinking that wasn't the one that was planted.
Oh, it looks like they're covering him now with Anthony has gone back into like a
fullback position,
a wing back position in the back 5. They've pulled Danilo in.
With this sort of moment now, because the 2-0 up, it's pretty much one game. Like you said, put Anthony left back. Just tell him to stand up on a wing up front. You know, don't run for anything. Just stand there.
Yeah.
92nd minute, corner for Reading. I'm about to have a heart attack in a minute.
Stankovic knows that this was. It's always going to be a really tough opening game. It's a massive opening game. Yeah, I was reading something earlier that even as the former Yugoslavia, the last time they beat Brazil was 1934.
Yeah.
They've lost 15 previous meetings with Brazil.
I was about to ask you, how many times have they... Because you hear those stats, but sometimes...
Yeah, 15 previous meetings between what was then the former Yugoslavia and Serbia, Montenegro, and Serbia.
Liverpool give away a silly free kick at the edge of the box here.
Brazil are just managing this out now. Sandro looking to play it long into Martinelli, takes the ball. And he's just standing this centre back up. Ball comes across.
Hit it. Oh, just
nice dummy.
I was going to fall nice there.
He's waiting for a runner. They're looking. They're going to get the last attack. They got 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. They got to try and get the last attack here, Serbia.
I don't know what Anthony's asking for there.
I think he's just asking him to calm down, take the ball into the corner.
Oh, right. I thought he was asking for something else.
You don't need to be putting crosses in there with 2 minutes to go.
No, you don't need to force it now.
And nice throw. Good idea. Vlahovic.
Down again.
And he's on. Don't know if he got clipped or he slipped, one of the two. He just slipped. I don't think Thiago touched him.
No, he just slipped and he's hoping for a free kick there, I think. Free kick comes in. Miles wide, thank God.
Into the last minute, Alisson is definitely going to be launching this one into the corner. Down the middle he goes, right deep. Well held by Gabriel Jesus, but the referee's given a foul.
Couple of games into the last minute.
Oh, Serbian centre back is after taking a blow to the nose because his nose is pumping blood.
Oh dear.
Tom, you got a big night ahead of you. Is that still in the regular season, the NFL? The Giants against Cowboys. Thursday night football. Yeah, it does. I mean, the way this is settled up now is Brazil will go top of the group with Switzerland second and Cameroon and Serbia yet to be off the mark. So 3 points here for both
Who've Brazil got next? Have they got Switzerland next, or is it Cameroon?
I genuinely don't know the fixtures, mate. I haven't looked. I don't know.
Let me Google it while we're waiting.
Last minute, referee has looked at the watch and he's blown up the final whistle. In the chat, who do you guys think would be your man of the match? Would you go with Richarlison or would you go elsewhere?
Brazil, Switzerland next, and then Cameroon, Serbia.
But the next game decides the top of the group.
Yeah.
And depending on that result, you could see a lot of changes made for Brazil for that final game. They got Cameroon last.
Mm.
And the thing is, if they make a raft of changes in the Cameroon game,
and especially if Cameroon can beat Serbia, then
Cameroon can beat Serbia. That opens the door for them.
Oh, it's finished 3-3.
Point in the bag, mate. It's
point in the bag,
not ideal, but away from home, point in the bag against your rival that are around you, you'll take. But
good not to hold on.
Yeah. Cheers, Archie. Thanks for you guys for staying in the chat. It's always really good. Great involvement as usual from the chat. More points drop. Got to be winning these games. John, yeah, I mean, the thing is, you got to understand as well, this is their first season for the women. This is their first season back in the WSL, and it's a completely different league. It's a completely different league from the one they got relegated out of.
The aim this year was always stay up, and at the moment, they're down with 5 points, so the 5 points clear of bottom, and they play bottom of the league at home in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, and it's only one side that's relegated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only one goes down. So
yeah. So that's all important is stay in the league and go from there. But the table is up there now. Brazil top of the table with +2 goal difference. The next fixtures are Cameroon and Serbia, 10 a.m. Monday morning, with Brazil taking on Switzerland as the 4 p.m. game on Monday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow, I hope someone is available to do the England-USA game tomorrow at 7 p.m. because that's an important one. And that, again, like tonight, England beat the USA. You can make a raft of changes, but you'll still want to top your group.
Yeah.
So, you might rotate. It's not like the old days where they'd rotate the squad and not worry. Looking at the way the French handled their business and how poor Denmark were, you wouldn't mind coming out of the group top. England will want to be top in their group and they'll be targeting a quarterfinal with France. So Ocean, we'll see you guys later. That's it from us anyway.
Yeah, listen, thanks for everyone for watching us. But listen, we'll be back I'll be back in an hour with Jonathan, and we'll do a bit of a review of the whole day, really. So we'll talk about that. But listen, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe on your way out. And listen, we have been LFC Daytrippers, and I've just realised I've not even got myself all set up, so I'm well disorganised. I'm too upset over the football. But listen, keep your eye out.
I don't think we're going to get relegated, Phil. I think we're in a good spot at the minute.
I don't think so, and also I think we've had one of the toughest starts to go for it. So I think we'll be fine. It's just I'd like that to be a little bit more comfortable than it is, but all fans. Till then, guys, exactly. Listen. Till then, see you very soon, and I'm sure we'll talk more women's football as well at some point. See you later.
Ta-da.